Right, welcome back everybody. It's good to have so many people watching this evening. I noticed as we was going through there that we was up to 29 at one particular point, so that's really good. Not sure whether they were all Camera Club members or one or two that weren't, but good to see so many people. Neil must be getting better. He ran down to the front, so good on you, Neil. You got down there before anybody else. So welcome back, everybody, and I do hope that you're enjoying the images this evening. They're certainly challenging for the person at this end. So it's not easy when you get so many images that are of the quality that the ones are that I hold back, the sort of 18s, 19s and 20s. So it is good to see so many people joining in, especially at a time like this and with such good images. So right, we're up to 20, and I appreciate there'll be one or two drop back in a minute or two, but I do want to get on and go through the images. So another one just dropped in there, 21 watching now. So I'm going to find my place on the list, put my thumb on it, and get rid of this picture and put my other picture up, and we're ready for off again. So number 45, there's Bob back, look, with another jug of brown. So good on you, Bob. So welcome back to everybody, as I say. So we're just about back up to numbers now, so I will get on. Number 45 we're on, 15 to go on the images, and this one is Sculpture Mask of Blackness. Yeah, we've got all of these sculptures here. Now, I'll be very honest, I don't understand sculptures. You see these things stuck up here, stuck up there, made of metal, like that I can't think what to call it. Like that thing up in Northumberland, the Angel of the North. Why? You know, sculpture, strange. Never mind. Everybody has their own thoughts and feelings. Right, with this one, one of the things I like is, although you can't get separation from every single one, we can see virtually every one except for maybe one that's behind this figure in the front. So we've got the heads of all of them in lines, etc., etc. We've got great detail in the heads and down the bodies, and we've got great detail right to the back here. Now, because there is so many of them, and the originator of these sculptures, they wanted us to look at all of them. So why shouldn't the author take a picture of all of them? So I just wonder, I'm looking and jumping about the picture to look at them all, but I'm not settling. This one at the front, of course, being the largest, is the sharpest, it's the focused point, and so consequently it stands out more than the others. Colour wise, yeah, we've got some good tones in the image. We've got an area in the background here in the black trees that's a little black, but you can't help that. That's not part of what the author wants us to look at. So it's a nicely composed picture, nice and sharp, and Sculpture Mask of Blackness gets 17. Shanghai Skyline. Yeah, another skyline. On this occasion, the author's given us less sky and more of the city and the buildings. Unfortunately, once again, these blacks, and I appreciate these pictures are not, it's dead easy for a judge to sit here and say, unfortunately this and unfortunately that, and you should have done this and you should have done that. But I think the blacks really have blocked up down the bottom here, to such an extent that I think you could have taken a slice off the bottom just to get rid of this area here straight across, and that might have drawn us into the main part of the picture. Nice and sharp. We've got noise in the image, but I'm not bothered about that. But you can see on this particular building the blacks are beginning to blotch, so we do have a bit of a problem in this front building here. Can't do anything about that because of course you're stood in another building looking directly out. But nevertheless, very nice image. 16. Shop window number 47. We've got the 3 mannequins, and the authors put them onto the left hand side, and then we've got these round bits on the right hand side just filling that dark area in. Nicely done. A little bit of a bland image across this area with these greys, but thankfully picked up with this jumper wrapped around the waist. I think unfortunately for the author, this either passing car or car that was parked and is reflected in the window just does spoil it a little bit, but nevertheless well seen. Once again, I don't mind the little thin line around it, it's holding it all together. So shop window gets 16. Steampunk couple. Nice image, and tone wise, I know I keep harping on about tones, but they are really good. You know, we have got some blacks that have just about gone there, but we've got detail up the arm, we've got detail in the lady's top here, in her hair. Lost it a little bit under the brim of the hats, excuse me. But nevertheless, the range is good. On the brighter areas here on the arm, it's quite good. Looks actually like she's finished. Well, they both have, don't they? So they've finished their drinks, but they're just holding them in the right place. And then we've got the contact with this gent's eyes. That really works well. You know, that's a good point in this image. So not one of my favourites, but after saying that, it is definitely going to get 17 points. Strange place to park your bike. You know, when I saw this earlier, I thought, strange place to park your bike, but surely these are places to park your bike and to tie them up on. So yes, I can see a strange place under this old building, but it isn't because of these. But at least it's making me talk about it, isn't it? Detail, absolutely great. We've got detail in the bike, got detail in the window, and then all of this lovely texture on this old paint on the side. The authors managed to keep good detail in this white, but yet still retain it in these silvery modern tying up posts for the bikes. So well done on that one. We've got a lovely shadow on the bike here, from the bike here, and that works really, really well. So strange place to park your bike gets 17. Surgery right this way. Surgery right this way. I was just looking for something with an arrow or something. Are these arrows? Yeah, detail, possibly the same image as not the same image obviously, but the same place as we saw the one earlier, because we can see this long corridor and then open doors. So it does give us this impression of dereliction. Nice light coming through the window, and the authors really coped with this light well just a little bit bright down the corridor there, but coming through the windows we've got some great light here, but it's been handled really well, and I'm sure that area must have been fairly dark underneath. I could have switched the lights on, of course, but no. Great detail outside. I wonder if we should have cropped this image straight up this corner, because I've got a corner of a wall here, but I've got nothing here. Now we've got a flat surface there, we've got enough to give us a flat surface there, and this concrete up here, we could have chopped it straight up the top and it would have equaled it up then very nicely. I know some people don't like things symmetrically correct, but I'm just giving a view. Lovely tones in all of the paint that's crumbling off, etc. And detail upon all this rubbish. I suppose rubbish must be glass and bricks that have fallen, etc. So surgery right this way, 16. The teased by a teasel. Yeah, very nice image. Great detail in the head here. We can even see all of these little spiders, cobwebs here, going from here to there, sort of thing. So nicely coming in on a slope from this side, works really well. Great detail, and the background's blurred out really well to a soft grey colour. So very nice image. So the teasel gets 17 points. The next one is the barn. No, it's not. It's Temperature House Q Chihuly Exhibition. Once again, this image is a little bit like the barge image earlier on, because it's very grey. And I think all of this foliage would have really have worked well, given the chance that you'd tweaked them sliders or the various bits that you can do to the image, saturation, etc., to bring some more colour. When I say colour, tonal range to the image. So very nice image though, and we've got it nicely symmetrical across the top on here, and then all the plants with this square triangle in the middle, whichever way you want to look at it. Nice image. As I say, for me, just a little bit grey, 16. Now it's the barn. My thumb hasn't moved. Yeah, barn stood in a field somewhere, and we've got all of this dilapidation of the tiles falling off on the roof, and then we've got these flowers and dandelion heads, etc., in the foreground with the grasses. That just fills in the bland field quite nicely. Yes, we've got the field across here, but the author's chosen to give us a nice bit of grass just to fill in this foreground to lead us up to the barn. Barn's in a nice position, sky's nice. Don't forget your thirds. It's on a third there, and it's on a top third there as well. So nice position on that one, and that one I'm holding. The Boatman, number 54. Yeah, I was going to say they're either going out and coming in. They've got to be doing one or the other, haven't they, obviously. So we've got these lovely reflections on all of this water from the person stood here, and this gate reflecting on the movement of the water. And then we can see all of the birds in the background and this trees with the sky nicely in this archway of the building. Very nice image. Little bit dark in an area or two, but you've coped with that lighting well, and the image does work really well. So the Boatman gets 17. The Ellis Mill. Ellis Mill in Lincoln. Been up to it a couple of times. Once it was shut, the other time it was open, but I didn't go in. So little bit, although we've got a good tonal range, we've got a lot of brightness in this image from the sky and the dome of the mill. So maybe if you could have toned those down just a little bit, even with selective toning, to darken them against the sky. It doesn't, on this particular image, I'm shaking my head, it doesn't want to be overall change, it wants to be selective change. So detail good, great detail in all these metal clasps, etc., and we can see all the different bits in the sail. So the Ellis Mill 16. A portrait now, the model, nice model, looking back at the author, and we've got quite an image which is detailed, showing all of the detail of the lady's skin, etc. But the main point of focus, of course, is on the head, and then all of this chain link of the dress, etc., sharp as well. A little bit dark on the front here. We can't see the separation hardly between the wall in front and the lady's dress. I would have liked to have seen a little bit there. Darkness in the hair and the brightness in the hair handled very, very well. And then you've got these old stained glass windows in the foreground. I think I may have just have spotted out this couple of marks here. I don't mind these sort of little moles, little spots, etc. But this one mark there and this mark on this arm at the back, I think I would have got rid of those. But the model gets 17. Up and away. Another fantasy shot by looks of it. Yeah, very nicely done. We've got the balloons and the girl in silhouette, and we've got these mountains going into a nice recession in the background, and then the author's got a seagull just to fill this top area up here. I shouldn't say a seagull. I tell everybody there's no such thing as seagulls. They're all gulls with a name. They all have different names. And then we've got the trees in the bottom lower foreground here that are the sharp part of the image. Very nice image, very well put together. As I say, this evening we've got some great images. So this one does get 17, but I'm not holding it. Vampire. She's got the mask. She must have known what was going to happen. I wonder if you get away with wearing that mask in a shop. Interesting. Yeah, nice image. Lovely detail throughout. Lovely detail in all of the wood. I like the way she's got her nails on that are totally pointed, and all of these rings, the detail in the clothes, and then the face on the third here, nicely placed on the third, really works well. I'm just wondering whether or not the subject is as strong for me. This is for me. Very nice image, don't get me wrong, but not as strong as some of the others this evening. Another judge might have taken it through and put it right up there at the top, but this one gets 17. View into the unknown. Yep, certainly is. Seems strange that we've got this one person here looking out across the sand. I'm going to say the sand because that is sand there. I can just see the sand. The sea is slightly to the left. This being the new building, of course, on the East Coast. Been in there once, had a coffee, but this looks like a very bright or bright misty day because we can't see into the background. But we have got great detail on this building in the foreground with reflections in the windows. If this lady wasn't here, it wouldn't be quite the image that it is. And the author has just left this little bit of space up the right hand side for you to get into this walkway and go round and look at the building. So very nice image. 16. And the last one, Walkers lock side. So yeah, the waters are, I'll start again. The walkers are walking around the water line, going off to the houses via the lock side. Quite a choppy water, little bit of a grey image, but I think the subject matter really works well in this image, and I like your letterbox effect, so very well done on that. So this one I'm going to hold back, and I'm trying to make it go forward, but it won't because it's the last image. So I'll just get my other images ready. Bear with me. Get my list I've got printed off now. I'll try and get to the right ones at the right time. So holdbacks, 18s. So in alphabetical order, this one, and I will just be a little bit steadier looking for all of these. This is the all calm in early morning. And as I say, all of these, and I'm looking at the other screen, there's 8 of them. All of these are 18s. So all calm in the early morning. Excellent image. As I say, I would have got rid of that line and possibly just taken a slither off the top. This particular image is Chris Beans. Well done, Chris. The next image is at 18, Branston Hall. Yeah, great image. Love the effect that you've given it, whether that be through clarity or whatever it be through. We are just beginning to get a little bit of a white edge on the chimneys, etc., through the work that you've done to it. Little bit of softness on this chimney. I'm sure it's not moving, it's just the way that it's been taken. So, but a very nice image. And Branston Hall, of course, gets 18, and that's Caroline Oldham. Well done, Caroline. My next 18 is Canterbury Cathedral. Great detail throughout. I possibly might have liked to have seen you just deal with your converging vertical a little bit more, just pull it out, just to, I think it would have been possible without any detrimentation to the image, but nevertheless, very, very nice image, great tones, great sharpness from back to front, and Canterbury Cathedral is Jim's. Well done, Jim. Right, the next one, and I'm going down, Heron perched high up. Yeah, very, very nice image, great detail. It's superb detail in all of these feathers. I'm just a little bit, as I said earlier, concerned about the white in the head here. It just is possibly just a little bit bright for me. So that is just the bit that's let it down, but a great image. And whether you was close or whether you've cropped it, if you've cropped it, that's a brilliant crop. It really is. Great subject, great shot. And that heron perched up high up is Vera Holmes. Well done, Vera. House in the Walls. Yeah, the house in the walls, once again, great tones. Got my leading lines through this duck, this movement in the water up the steps, and then I sort of look at all of the building. So extremely well done there. And House in the Woods is Viv's. Well done, Viv. The next one is Not in My Backyard. I'm not totally locked into the title. I'm trying to Not in My Backyard. There's not anything much in the backyards. Is that what the author means? But nevertheless, lovely tonal ranges, lovely and sharp, great detail from roof right up to this bank here. I believe they're the houses near the back of the cathedral, by the looks of them. So well done on Not in the Backyard to Ray. Well done, Ray, our vice chairman. And the next one is Olympus OMD 10. Great image. As I say, possibly if we could have just have had a little bit more light down this left hand side to separate it from the background, and just on the top just to give us that little bit of separation. Well done to Graham Halliday. Well done, Graham. And I've got to turn page. And Walker's Lockside, and I got it right this time. Nice letterbox image, just a little bit grey. I would have liked to have seen a bit more tonal range in it, but that's what's Walker's Lockside, 18 points, Doreen. Well done. I'll just find my 19s. So well done everybody there on the 18s. Exceptionally good images. So these are only in alphabetical order, the 18s, 19s, 20s, etc. So it's just as they come as alphabetical order. So a wet morning. I couldn't find it for a minute there. Lovely image. I love that background. Great, all this moisture hung on the grasses, and then we've got this superb hair here. I'm just looking whose it is, and I hope you've got that on your wall there somewhere, Bob. So this one gets 19 points, as does the next 2, 4, 7. And this one is our chairman's, Bob's. Well done, Bob. Where is it? Dance Fantasy. Great image, well put together. Totally different to the rest of them this evening. Possibly there's, I can well imagine there's 4 or 5 images there. So it well put together. Like the image, like the content, and so well worthy of the 19. Dance Fantasy is Dave Lavash. Well done, Dave. Early Morning Light Through Birch Trees. Superb image. Another one that once again, I've just seen the name, once again the author could put that up on the wall. It's very, very nice image. And Early Morning Light Through Birch Trees is Bob's. Well done, Bob. Where's my next one? Handle and hanging key on part of old door. So yep, lovely, as I said earlier, lovely tones in all of this wood, and the key and the handle, absolutely superb tones. Detail. Maybe you could have made a little bit more of the tonal range to bring out some of these textures in the wood. But nevertheless, well worth the 19, and that one is Crispine. 19, where's the next one? Hoping. The first time that I actually looked at the images, I'm looking at the list. Jill sends me a blank list, of course, and I'm looking at it and I thought, hopping. What's hop? Oh, hoping. Oh, yes. So, hoping. They certainly are, aren't they? Lovely image, lovely tones throughout the image, and these two ladies and these two birds, just a superb image. And that one is Hoping, which is Michael Hughes. Well done, Michael. Great shot, lovely and sharp. The next one is Light Amongst the Darkness. Yep, as I say, when you don't study it really, really closely, you do think that there's a possibility that that's a cupboard. But the more I've just looked at it, for possibly the 5th or 6th time, I can see that I think it leads through to another corridor. But the textures and everything else in this building is absolutely superb. So Light amongst the darkness, 19 points. Jill, well done, Jill. Right, Rhino. Yep, superb image. This is what you could nearly say is a superb image, but it's a great image, and I just feel the sky just stops it being up there with the rest of them. But after saying that, I'm just looking at whose it is, and it is Keith's image, and Keith has only been with us a month, 3 weeks, something like that. This is his first competition, so absolutely well done, Keith. Applaud to you for getting your images in there and having a go. And that's the last one of the 19s. So, moving on to the 3 images that I've kept back for 20s. Now, on a normal competition, had it been a competition for one of our potties, you're only allowed to give 120. But because this is a competition, and we have these other competitions to make you try things different, so we're just trying to get people using tones here. So this is the 3 of my top images in no particular order except. So I'll just start with this one. This one is the barn. Lovely image. I think if you could just tweak your, let me just make it full screen so that you don't get all the rubbish. If you could just play with your tonal range a little bit more and just try and get a little bit more out of this building and give these old grasses, etc., a little bit more tone in the foreground. But very well done to that 20. I'll show you all 3 first before I announce the winner. Very well on that one. 20 points to Doreen. Well done, Doreen. The next one, and I've got to look through my list for who it is. Salsify Seedhead, and I hope I'm saying this right. Salsify Seedhead. This one also gets 20 points. The detail in that is absolutely stunning. We've even managed to keep a little bit of detail under here. So I'm sure that you'd all agree with me that that's a superb image as well. Well worthy to be sat in here with the other 2 images, which have all got 20. And the last of the 20s is this image of the... He's frantically looking round a piece of paper. Hull's Wet Pavements, which, as I say, gets a 20. Great image. I love the way that you can go into the background here and just pick up these 2 people and the detail. And we've just got it, well, we haven't, I had nothing to do with it. The author's just got it so that it's just, you can see detail right through to the background. So well done on that one. So I'm just going to shut them off. I'm just going to drag these 3 over here so that you can see them. There's your 3 images. The barn, Salsify Seedhead, and Hull's Wet Pavement. So you're all going to have to choose your own favourite, and I hope that you're all sat there agreeing with me that these 3 deserve to be in the top 3. And you're all sat there saying, well, I'd go for that one and I'd go for that one. Well, the one I've gone for this evening is Hull's Wet Pavements. So Hull's Wet Pavements is Jill's. So well done to Jill. Great image. And I think for me, it just has that humph with it being a wet day. If that had been the same image on a dry day, it certainly wouldn't have been quite as impacty as what it is. So well done to Jill. Great effort from absolutely everybody. Everybody is worthy of applause this evening, and I do hope that you don't get bored with my judging. I have judged quite a few of the competitions this year only because of the situation, but it is one that keeps you seeing different images, gives you a few remarks of hopefully how to improve your images, and I hope that you all have learnt something from the comments this evening. So thank you once again for staying with me and looking at the images. I hope you've enjoyed them. I don't know whether the young gentleman who joined us for the first time this evening watched us in the second half, but I hope you've enjoyed them. That was Doreen's person that she suggested watching this evening. So well done to everybody. Thank you very much for putting up with me, and we will see you next week. And next week, if I just quickly look, yes, next week is Ladies' Night. So the ladies next week, there's a group of them, and I'll tell you the names next week, and they'll be presenting their images. Well, I think Doreen's presenting the images on their behalf because it's difficult to have each of them doing it. So I shall see you next Thursday, same time, same place. Do enjoy yourselves. Thank you for tuning into the channel this evening, and good night to you all. Thank you very much for all of your comments to me, and well done to everybody for putting their images in. Good night, everybody.